Welcome to the Occupational Safety Leadership Podcast, episode number 172. And in today's episode, we're going to continue our journey with the softer skills of safety, and let's talk about developing the supervisors. So, as a safety professional, you can't be the safety cop. You have to be the safety coach. And one of it is that you can't supervise everybody. That's why that we have supervisors. If you were going to supervise everybody, then you would be the president of the company. But you're not. You're the safety professional. So develop those supervisors. Help them to understand what their responsibilities are. One of the things that a lot of people struggle with is that sometimes a supervisor is picked because they just happen to be the longest serving person in that department, whereas other times they're brand new, fresh out of college. They're going to light the world on fire. 22, 24, 25 years old. And not that they don't have good intentions, they just really haven't been in the workplace that long. They just really haven't understood how things are really run, responsibilities. They understand things like production, but do they understand all their responsibilities? So I know that when I talk to a couple of my friends who went to school for various other majors and things, safety was never mentioned. And now they're in charge of companies in different places, and they have questions like, um, I have to follow laws. I mean, how do I even know what laws to follow if nobody ever sat down and said that this is what has to be done? And I know it sounds kind of funny, but a lot of times as safety professionals, we kind of assume that because someone's a supervisor, somebody kind of actually sat down and went over things with these folks. I have found that that's not always the case. Some companies do an awesome job in developing people, and safety is part of it too. Whereas they'll talk about quality and all the other stuff too. Whereas others, it happens to be, well, you've been here for 20 years. We've decided that you're the supervisor now. Or even worse, you know, we've decided that you've been here for 2 years, but we can't afford the guy or the person who's been here for 20 or 30 years, but we can't afford the person who's been here for 2 years to be the supervisor. And they just don't have that knowledge, that background, and all that stuff. So develop the supervisors, spend time with these folks. I've never met a supervisor that didn't care about safety. They just didn't understand things. And they also have a lot of different pressures. As safety professionals, we like to think we're number one. Everybody cares about safety, and they do. But there's a lot of competing pressures. Production, quality. When we look at cost, sometimes people don't worry about cost, and they worry about we got to get throughput. We got to get 1,000 of these things done today. And if it costs us a little more, it costs us a little more. We got to keep these numbers going. Uh, so that's it for today's episode. Nice, short, and sweet. Work with the supervisors. They have to be the eyes and ears. You can't be everywhere. And not just that, but you can't babysit people. You have to give them the training, responsibility, and all that stuff. Supervisors have to understand their role too, and then they have to be the ones to supervise. They have to be the ones to set this standard. If you have a supervisor who has the attitude of, I'm only doing this because the safety person could walk in at any second, then those are the folks that you really have to work with, because they haven't been given the proper training and the proper message that it doesn't matter if you could walk in and catch them at any point in time. They should be doing it because it's the right thing to do, not because somebody said that it's the right thing to do and you don't believe in it, but you're going to do it because you've been told that you have to. So 172 is over. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. My name is Dr. David Ayers. Thank you and have a safe day.